Bingo! We're back. What's up, y'all? How have you been? Hopefully, you're not sitting in the path of Hurricane Milton. Whoa! Hopefully, you're not sitting in the path of Hurricane Milton. Whoa! Sweet. My watch page just popped on, and I got to see myself do what I just did like 3 seconds ago, which is awesome. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, none of you guys are in the path of Hurricane Milton. Because if you are, I'm just saying, this is my opinion. I don't know if it's true or not. You're gonna die! Boogity, 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 boogity. Die! Guys, that's just my opinion, okay? You don't have to take it seriously, but you're gonna die. Just kidding. It's a comedy show. I don't really think you're gonna die. I think you're gonna live. You're gonna live. Ah! That joke is called "You're Gonna Die." Just kidding. You're gonna live. Huh? Huh? It's new material. All right. Rose thinks it's funny. That's good. That's why I made her a mod. All right. Jana's here. She says, hi, Jake and friends. You know, that reminds me of something. It's somebody's birthday. Happy birthday to you, girl. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, happy birthday to Jana. What, titty in the butt. Happy birthday to you. That's my own special way of singing happy birthday that I just made up just now. All right. My other favorite way to sing happy birthday is the restaurant way. If it's someone's birthday in a restaurant and you tip them off like, hey, it's my cousin's birthday today, so do the restaurant birthday thing. And they're like, oh, okay. And then at this whatever restaurant it is, they all do basically the same song. They come out with like whatever little birthday cupcake or whatever, and they go, happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Hey, here you go. And then they get back to work. It's very clever. Have your employees sing a 5-second song rather than a minute-long song. Get them back to work a lot quicker. I get it. And I hear the original happy birthday song is copyrighted. So that's why I like to make up my own or do the restaurant version. All right. There you go. It is officially now your birthday. Hope it's a good one. All right. So on the schedule tonight, hurricane talk, y'all. Yep. It's that time again. Hurricane time. You know what I'm going to say. Those of you who are old school subscribers, you've been around here, you already know what I'm going to say. Basically, right? You guys already know. Tell me what's up with the hurricane. You guys know what I'm going to tell you. You can tell me what I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you. All right, lint away, duct cleaning, coming in with the first super chat of the night. Lint away, duct cleaning, the best damn lint away air duct dryer cleaning service in the history of all lint away air duct dryer cleaning services. And he didn't pay me to say that. Or did he? All right. I do that joke every time. Never gets old. Maybe it does, but not to me. All right. Okay. Oh, I see someone doing it already. HARP. Guys, that's old. They were talking about HARP like back when my grandma was born or something, dude. Come on. HARP? They probably got stuff that's like way more new and high tech, and they're just like letting a bunch of conspiracy theorists online talk about some old, outdated shit, right? HARP? I was already looking into this thinking, dude, ain't no way they're still using HARP. They got something else that's probably 10 times better. Technology advances very rapidly, you know? And so you got to figure, like, okay, these pictures, right? These HARP facilities. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You guys know we've all seen this type of stuff. To me, that just looks outdated. Ooh, boogity boogity. Like I think they got something better than that by now, right? So in my opinion, I feel like this might be like some outdated guardrail shit that they're willing to let people online speculate all day. So I'm gonna figure that this might just be some low hanging fruit that we can dismiss and figure that they got something better. They got something better than this, right? What is that? I couldn't tell you exactly, but this is just old. And just look at it, man. Theoretically, you could put some uh, aluminum poles in the ground for cheap and then be like, ooh, look at this facility. They control the weather. And then be like, look, here's the real shit over here we're not going to tell them about. The real shit's under the water. We're not going to tell them about it. Instead, we're going to have them pointing at these aluminum poles that we stuck there that don't do anything. Right? We don't know. We don't know. So I feel like this facility's probably outdated. Just my opinion. They might still be using it, but there's some stuff that you read about that says they don't even mess with it anymore and they donated it to Alaska, whatever. I think it's one of these articles here. Uh OJ and Toothpaste says, Jake, would you ever move to Florida? Dude, I was going to talk about that today. And so here we are. And now I'm going to talk about it. Thank you, OJ Toothpaste, for your donation. So people were saying, Jake, you got to get out of California because that's where I live. I've born and raised in California. And I've been to many of the other states. I like to travel. But I live in California. And people will say, you need to get out of there. It sucks there. It's terrible there. And so people were flocking to Florida because it was sold to them years ago, 3, 4 years ago, like, come to Florida. It's a conservative paradise, a conservative tropical paradise. The demon rats just don't live in Florida. There's no such thing as a liberal in Florida. Come to the tropical paradise of Florida, where all your wildest fantasies will come true. Get out of that hellhole of California. Come to Florida. Yes, people's farts smell sweet in Florida. Oh, except for you're going to get pelted with man-made hurricanes from both sides. And they're going to make you like flee your house. They're going to force you to leave your property. Then they're going to come in with a bulldozer. Beep, 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 beep. Just bulldoze your house. And then you're going to come back and they're going to be like, look what Milton did to your house. Yeah, we're not going to cover that. Bye-bye. Bye, bitch. Thanks for coming to Florida. That's what they're going to do to you. They're not going to do it to me because I'm in California. We got all the beach and none of the hurricanes. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. Or am I? So that's what I think of that. How's that tropical conservative paradise for you? Huh? How's that working out? Just kidding. Some of you guys are probably not in the path of that hurricane and you're in Florida right now just loving it and you're like, dude, I think it's awesome here. You are in a hellhole. And you know what? You're probably right too. I know. See? It is. It sucks here too. uh, totally. Anthony Rodriguez says California is super safe compared to East Coast states. BOC forever. It all comes down to where you live. So if you live in a bad neighborhood in California, your chances of like coming in contact with like crime and low quality characters is much higher. Like an area where I live. Yeesh. But if you go to a nice area of California, then there's not so many low quality characters hanging around. And if you have money and you live in a nice area and you live where the weather's nice, oh, well, then it can be great. So it kind of all depends on like what neighborhood you live in, how much money you have, and all that sort of thing, you know? But yes, BOC forever. OJ and Toothpaste says, I know it's rigged, but who will win, Kamala versus Trump? Dude, I've been saying I think it's Trump coming back for a while now, man. So I'm not going to flip flop my stance. I still think that they swing that pendulum back and forth between the conservative side and the liberal side. They swing it back and forth uh, usually every 4 to 8 years. So you don't see one side dominating too long. And since they only gave Trump 4 years and then they went to Biden 4 years, now it makes sense go right back to Trump again. And so what they can do, I feel like they'll accomplish the most by having Trump in there as a puppet candidate. And here's why. He'll trick the conservative gun owning patriots into thinking America's going to become great again. And they'll go along with any stupid shit that he says, like, we're going into a second pandemic, all right? I'm going to need all of you to start masking up, all right? I'm going to need you to get this new V right inside your veins. I need you to get this new booster, all right? I'm not asking you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, all right? I'm going to go on camera live in front of everybody. I'm going to show you how it's done. What are you afraid of, a little booster? I took it, huh? Oh, you don't think he would do that? Is that just an impression? Yeah. When he does do that, we're going to look back at my impression. And I'm going to be like, see, I told you. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to take down the video. And people are going to be like, dude, everybody said he was going to do that. Shut up. You're not special. That's what's going to happen. So there's my opinion on that. I like this. You guys send me a super chat and ask me my opinion on a thing. I give you my opinion on the thing, make up a new comedy thing. We got ourselves some things. All right. Tony Parker says, can you do Kamala word salad? I'm not going to lie. I have not paid attention to a single word that person has said. I'm so out of touch with the fake news lately. I'm like, ooh, a hurricane. I guess I'll cover that. But mainly, I feel like she's a puppet, and Biden, you know, he had to step down because too many people figured out that he's not a real guy. And so I feel like Trump's coming back. So who cares about that person? She's going to be yesterday's news real quick. Nobody's going to even remember who she even is. So yeah, she's not important in my world. I haven't practiced doing an impression of that person because I just haven't looked at that person. It's like that's the person who's going to lose, and Trump's going to come back. That's the way I see it. And Big Daddy is the one who brings in the ratings, all right? Everyone knows. There's no way
they're going to let a woman, all right, particularly a woman of color, run the greatest country that there ever was. You guys know the greatest president that there ever was is going to come back and run the greatest country that there ever was. Let all the conservatives collectively go crazy right about now. Let's get it started. Ha. Let's get it started. China. Let's get it started. All right.
There you go. Didn't expect to do that. What had happened? I didn't come in here expecting to do that one. That one just happened. That was somewhere inside my soul, and it needed to come out. I'm Rigged says, holy shit, She Lies in Me is a killer song. I know you are talented, but goddamn. I wrote that one. What it is I listened to Amber by the band 311, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to write a song that's like kind of like that, but where we fucking outplay the shit out of them and show off and do a bunch of fancy stuff with the guitar and bass that's not in Amber. So like Amber, but for like, you know, more instrumental and badass. So I basically it almost sounds like the same as Amber, but like my words and the instrumentals make it different enough to where we didn't totally rip off Amber. But that was where I got the idea for that song. All right, thank you and I appreciate the donation, man. Very generous of you, and a compliment that I wasn't expecting. You're talking about a song that I wrote. God, man, like almost 15 years ago or something. Jeez, time flies too fast. All right. Looks like Javid is coming through with a super chiznet. Javid, glad you could make it, bro. Says, I'm in Miami, staying in third floor parking garage in case of floods from Hurricane Molten Lava Cake. All right. Well, hopefully you're safe, brother. Looks like I already missed a super chat while I was rambling. Stay safe out there in Miami. Party in the city where the heat is on all night in the beat till the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami. Stay safe out there in Miami. Watch out for that hurricane. It might kill your ass and then you will be left to blame. Welcome to Miami. Gonna get killed by a hurricane in Miami. Just kidding. Or am I? Right. Seriously, stay safe. I like that. You tell someone to stay safe, that requires them to do so. Stay safe. That'll give you extra help, me telling you to stay safe. Like if the water was to come rushing in right now, and you were like, holy fuck, I don't know how to swim. I'm going to be like, stay safe. Stay safe. You're going to make it. Looks like I missed the super chat a while ago. My bad, Nathan. So if you're sitting there waiting for me to read your super chat, now's the time for me to read it. Nathan Milham says, there was an old Florida governor named Milton. Do you think they named it that just to mock us? Dude, I've already heard people saying that, you know, this is stuff like that. Yeah. People have already brought up things like that in the comment section that I didn't even know, didn't even look into. So yeah, you know, any which way they can tie in their numbers and their gematria and mock us at the same time and dupe us, you know, with CGI weather imagery and shit. You know what I mean? They're gonna do all that rolled into one. There's like so much news going on at once that like they know the common man can't keep track of it all and process it. They're like cramming so much. Like remember, like I don't know, 2-3 days ago they were like all the dock workers are gonna stop unloading the boats and the economy's gonna crash like that starting tomorrow. And then it's like, okay, yeah, no one's talking about that anymore. Now it's a hurricane, right? See, so they'll go from like one thing to the next. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. Thank you, Nathan Milham. Yes, they mock us any opportunity they get. How they love to mock the sheeple. And those of us who are awake amongst the sheeple, like us, they like to double mock us. They like to be like, let's take an extra big shit on these awakened ones amongst the sheeple. Hey, Jake, you and all your followers, guess what? We're gonna totally gaslight the shit out of you. We're gonna name it Milton after the Florida governor Milton. Ha 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 ha. Right? All right. Thanks, Nathan. I think I got another one coming in from Javid. Says opinion of Linkin Park new singer. Will Smith Miami song was written by Nas. Will Smith linked to Diddy shenanigans. Cool story, bruh. I haven't checked out the Linkin Park new singer. I think I heard it was a girl. Did they pick a girl? That would be the 2024 thing to do, right? Haven't listened to the new song or any of it. I was a fan back when they released their first album, and that's back when I saw them a long time ago. Can't even remember the show, their first album. Actually, I saw them again on. They played on a tour with Stained and the Stone Temple Pilots. Many years ago, back when the Stone Temple Pilots were the headliner, and Scott Weiland was still alive. So, yeah, I saw them a long time ago, and I liked them a long time ago. But then I stopped liking them. It was one of those bands where, like, I don't hate them, but I stopped liking them. Thank you, Javid. I appreciate that. And that is my honest opinion about that. And I didn't know that Nas wrote uh, any of Will Smith's songs. And I think everyone is linked to Diddy in one way or the other. I'll be missing you. Boom, 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 boom. We haven't even started the show yet. I mean, we have, but I haven't even got into any of the material. We're just getting right to it, man. Good times. Since this guy just said Bone Thugs for life, I'm gonna do this. Here's what Bone sounds like to me, a white guy who never bothered to go look up the lyrics. Boom, 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 boom. Tell me what you gonna do. It ain't nowhere to hide. Judgment comes for you. It's gonna come. Everybody, I'm how to find a fine look. Sam, look at them and say, we're gonna wait, and we pray every day. Roll slow, let them seven more, make it on my summer, instead of keeping up in the family, never family, and passing away. Nigga, no, making my pass on, some I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all, and I'm in my home, front of his home, and I'm my home, and a home. Hold on, got a bit of dong, got to suck a dong, flick a bong, nigga, muck a bong, lick a dong, rule so long. There you go. Bone Thugs in Harmony, white guy version. If you didn't look up the lyrics, that's how it goes. That might have been the best version of that I ever did, according to me. So it must be true. Some people are like, "What? I thought we were going to talk about the hurricane. What is he doing? I know. Why am I not talking about the hurricane? I should probably do that. Okay, hurricane stuff. Hurricane stuff. Hurricane stuff. Let's get to the hurricane stuff. All right. You guys want hurricane stuff? I'll give you hurricane stuff. You people with your hurricane stuff. All right, let's go back a couple days to when people were given their evacuation orders. I like the wording of this. The wording is very important. When you look at these titles and the message, evacuation, leave your home and property. Order, you have to. Get it? Evacuation, leave your home and property. Well, what if you, it's an order. Oh shit, I guess I have to do it. All right. Look, evacuation orders in place for Hillsborough County. So this is like from the Tampa Bay News from a couple days ago. So I just wanted to show you like the way they word this, and they really make it out like, you know, you have to, man. You have no other choice. Mandatory if you want to live. That's what they're going to make it out as. If this is mandatory if you want to live. Y'all ready to buckle up, take this ride to manufactured hurricane land? Oh, almost missed the super chat. I wanted to go back and look because I'm known to start my show and miss the super chat. And I want to apologize to a subscriber whose super chat I missed on like a stream a couple streams ago. Chad Hurry. Chad Hurry, if you're watching or if you ever watch again, I missed your super chat a few streams ago. Sorry, brother. Didn't mean to. Went back, noticed it. My mistake. Wrote it down. My bad, brother. Hope you see this. Now, Astrania Rovina with a donation says, do you think Alex Stein will fly his blimp into Milton? Oh, and look how it's spooling. See how it's spooling? Just like a hurricane. Alex Stein! Point 99! Point 99 on the grind all dang time. Alex Stein! I'm getting swept up by a hurricane. Hurricane Milton's taking me away. Point 99 on the grind all dang time. You know how I grind. Going on time like a pimp on blipping tree. I've been grinding like a hurricane because I'm taining a bang and the nang. I was dying to grind with the hurricane and the ting and the blink and the shrimp. There you go. Little Alex Stein for that ass. And I do the extra annoying version of Alex Stein because that's what he is like to me. That's what it's like looking at him and listening to him for me. So I internalize it by doing that impression of him. All right. You guys ready? Let's do it. Let's boogie. Evacuation orders. This is an order.
75 in Ruskin. It is busy because it's not just people that you're seeing from Hillsborough and maybe some of our Tampa Bay counties, Hannah, but you're also seeing people from Southwest Florida trying to get out of harm's way.
Certainly, Courtney. It has become more busy at this rest stop by the hour. This is actually the parking lot over here to my left. But as you can see behind us in this direction, there are people who have pulled over on the side of the road here, creating some extra spaces, nearly reaching back to the roadway to I-75. And if you can see even further in the distance, that is I-75 just moving at a crawl this evening. And we've spoken with people this afternoon from as far south as Fort Myers, with everyone either leaving their homes to get out of Milton's path or those who've been visiting the region who are ending their travels early to head home. Now, one Cape Coral family tells us they've packed up what they could and are now renting a house that appears to be out of Milton's current path.
All right. So this was evacuation orders. This was a couple days ago. This is old news. I'm just going to set up the current news. So I'm going to bring us up to date. But basically, that's how it started. That's how they got people to start leaving their homes and property, right? They give you an early evacuation warning, like, oh, we can see out in the Gulf of Mexico that there's a hurricane. And we totally know where it's going. It's headed right this way towards you. So, this is an order. Leave your house. So then you see those videos of everybody on the freeway over on one side, packed, stacked on one side, and then it's empty on the other. And then they're saying, like, oh, these gas stations are all closed. So now it's like there's one gas station that's still open and there's a line around the block. So I saw all that on the news. So I don't know how much of it's true or what, as far as like all the gas stations shutting down or what, or whether that was just the one that they were showing. But I did see that. All right. So now we'll move on to a more up-to-date video, and then we'll start talking about weather modification and all that fun stuff, manipulating the weather. And we'll have a serious discussion about that. Seriously funny discussion. Because this is a comedy show. I'm going to tell you the truth to the best of my ability and try and make you laugh at the same time, even though this is a serious subject and a lot of people might, lose their property. Some people might even lose their lives and whatnot, but, got to make the best of it. Just like, when there's fires burning down California, people in Florida probably don't give a shit. They're like, haha, you're in California and it's burning down. Right? You guys do that. Those of you who live in Florida, when you hear about California burning, you're like, I hope it all burns down. Right? You guys do that. Everyone does that. All right. So this one right here, I really like because it actually has in the title, "You're gonna die." This one is actually in the title. Let me pull up the video 1 second. Okay. Guess who the YouTube content creator that says you're gonna die as far as Hurricane Milton is concerned? Guess the YouTube content creator with the video that says you're gonna die. Guess. Guess. Guessing game. OJ and Toothpaste says, if you lived in Tampa, would you flee or would you stay? Would I stay or would I go now? Would I stay or would I go now? It would depend on, it would depend. Like if I was renting an office like this or whatever, I could probably grab my belongings and stuff, like the important stuff, and then leave the shit, pack up my van and split and be like, well, I'm good. I won't lose much. You know what I mean? It would all just depend. Whereas if it was like a home, if I had like a home and a family and all sorts of, it would make it would just all depend on the situation, dude. And I've never ridden out a hurricane before, and I've never had a hurricane knock down my home before. I've never had my roof torn off my home. So I just don't, I can't put myself in a hypothetical where I'm not there and really give you a true answer. So I'll just tell you, I don't know, because I ain't there, and I don't have to deal with that, so I don't know. All right. So I was telling you, who do you guys think is the content creator who's going to tell you that you're going to die? Is it Richie from Boston? I've been telling you for years, Hurricane Milton is the one that's going to take out the entire country, not just Tampa. It's going to start in Tampa, and then it's going to sweep back, take out the rest of the country one by one. No, not him. Nope, not the Russian tard muffin. Nope, not him either. You know who it is? You're never going to guess. CNN. And this is from the mayor of Tampa. The mayor of Tampa on CNN. The title, "You're, as in you are, going to die." Tampa mayor issues dire warning about staying in Milton evacuation zone. Wow, quite the powerful title. You're gonna die. CNN, ladies and gentlemen.
And my source tonight is the mayor of Tampa, Florida, Jane Castor. Mayor Castor, it's great to have you here. I know you have a lot going on. What is your number one message to Tampa residents tonight?
The number one message, as it has been for several days now, is that you need to prepare, do whatever you need to do, and then get out of the evacuation.
Okay, I'm just going to point it out. Both of these people have a certain look to them. You know, as if they're not the, how do I want to put this? As if they're not the people they're portraying to the world. These people don't look like the sort of people that they want you to think that they are. Can I get away with saying that? I hope so. That's how you take a rib at these sort of people and get away with it, I hope. Yeah. I mean, Frizz Lang is probably putting it in the funniest way I could possibly say it without, being removed. Fritz Lang is saying they kind of look like dudettes. I would have to agree, Fritz Lang. Let's move on. So yes, I acknowledge both of these individuals have a bit of a dudette look, if you know what I'm saying. All right. And that seems to be pretty common with people bringing you the news.
Evacuation zones, which now are evacuation zone A and B. And as we all have heard so many times now, you hide from the wind and run from the water. And we are talking about right now the possibility of a direct hit with 10 to 12 foot tidal surge. Put that in perspective, Hurricane Helene, which just left the Tampa Bay area a week ago, there was 6 foot storm surge, and that was literally devastating to so many in our coastal area. We have 126 miles of coast just in the city of Tampa. And so people need to be heeding that warning. And from the looks of traffic on all of our northbound highways, they're doing just that.
Here's what I was saying with the traffic leaving, and then over on the other side, there's like this one car, and then these two over here. See what I'm saying? So you can tell, this type of news is going to get a whole lot of people scared and get them to make, a crazy last second decision, a split second decision, I should say. I don't even want to call it crazy. They're just, they believe what they're being told by the TV. And so these type of dire warnings, evacuation orders, is going to cause mass panic, of course. And then you're going to see a bunch of problems arise from that. All these people trying to take the same route out at the same time. All the gas stations in the area, being crowded with lines around the block. So all this shit going down. But here comes the best part. She's actually going to tell you that if you stay, you're going to die.
Yeah, we've seen how jammed up those highways are. I know a lot of the tolls have been suspended to help facilitate people getting out of there. What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out. I've ridden others out. What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Whoa! That's not a dramatization. Guys, she, he, whatever that person is, not trying to be dramatic at all. Not even in the slightest. You're gonna die. Not being dramatic at all. One more time. I'm not trying to be dramatic. He's not trying to be dramatic either. No one's trying to be dramatic, okay? But one more time.
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And
there's never been one like this. This is the perfect hurricane. The hurricane of all hurricanes. The mother of all hurricanes. The queen of all hurricanes. This hurricane eats other little baby hurricanes for breakfast. This hurricane will ensure your certain demise. Not trying to be dramatic at all, okay?
And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
There you go. CNN, ladies and gentlemen. CNN, CNN, CNN. Yay! News! Has anyone ever chanted CNN and then said yay news after hearing you're gonna die? They have now. And by they, I mean me. Yeah, see, wasn't it funny when I asked you guys what content creator do you think is claiming you're gonna die? People were like, Richie from Boston? RV? I'm like, no. CNN. The mayor of Tampa. Yeah, you're gonna die. That's the mayor of Tampa. What do you think that does to an old person who's like 80 and watches the news? We gotta go right now. The mayor told us we're gonna die. Dude, I mean, yeah, it's not gonna phase, somebody who's been through a bunch of hurricanes and who's never left their house. So I've heard some people say, oh, I've been through 10 hurricanes. Big whoop-de-doo. But some old person who like just moved to Florida or whatever, they're gonna be like freaked out. They're gonna like hit the road jack. Yeah. Literally some fear prawn. Looks like I missed some super chats, is what I'm being told. Let me go back and rustle up those super chats. And I'll read some other comments along the way as well. Oh, I think I scrolled by one. Or not. There it is. OJ and Toothpaste says, I feel bad for old people. Zombies staring at the TV. Dude, I was just talking about that. And then your super chat was that. Cool. I was just talking about the old people because that's the main target of the nightly news. Like, who still watches TV nightly news? Old people. I gotta wake up and take my meds. And then in the afternoon, I gotta take more meds. And then at night, before I go to sleep, I gotta take my meds and watch the nightly news. Ugh, we're gonna die if we don't leave our house right now. Yeah, that's their target demo. That guy that I just did. That's like 10 million old people in Florida. I think I just made up a number. Sounds about right. No, 9.7 million. Did I miss any other super chats? I hope not. Thank you, OJ and Toothpaste. Not only do you have a funny name, but you also are a generous man, and you donate to my channel a lot. And you always have interesting questions. Well, not always, but sometimes you have interesting questions. All right. Back to hurricane stuff. Okay, so CNN tells you you're gonna die if you don't leave your home right now. No drama. No drama for your mama. You just better leave or you're gonna die. Okay. What else did I want to show you? Oh, yeah. We'll get into the weather modification stuff. So I'll start by showing like a really old video, like old as like HARP, old stuff, just to catch anyone up who isn't aware of weather modification. We'll just go back and watch some of my favorite videos that are still available on YouTube that I can use to extrapolate upon without people thinking I'm just a conspiracy quack. So this one is about how NASA makes rain out of hydrogen. A lot of you guys probably will recognize this video.
Is the shuttle's fuel tank. It may only be 130 miles to space, but to cover that distance, the engines will use 500,000 gallons of fuel, and that works out at 2 feet to the gallon. Despite the cost, however, NASA does need to test these engines once in a while. So they built this place in the wetlands of Mississippi. The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket. They then sent a number of trucks in different directions out into the wilderness, and the drivers were ordered to stop when the noise levels became acceptable. This gave them an imaginary boundary line, and anyone living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out.
I wonder which one he chose to do. So now we're going to get into the weather modification stuff. That first part with the speaker and lose your hearing or get out, that's all junk. Now we're going to get to the good stuff. Everyone start paying attention. Start paying attention now. If you've never seen this, start paying attention.
No one stayed, and NASA ended up with exactly what it wanted. 125,000 acres of nothing. They even had to move 5 cemeteries. because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And as it turns out, the cleanest.
Gee, look at that puffy cloud looking thing that machine is pumping out. That machine, you know, building thing with a NASA logo on the side. Yeah, it's got a big NASA logo on the side. I'll show you. Out in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi, you know, where they'll play super loud noise and make sure that you're far enough away that you don't go messing around looking around that building. And then they'll pump out clouds like this. Huh, what do they do with those clouds? Huh? I don't know. Let's watch.
Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you, it's raining. That's unbelievable. Oh. NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
Now, there's a little camera trickery like, okay, we don't actually see a storm over him there at the end. We just see like he's a little bit wet. So they could have just splashed him with some water and had him say that. But like, still, there's a NASA logo on that building. And if they're showing us that, you know, you got to figure they might have some sort of technology where they can make some clouds and make some storms, right? So you got to figure this weather manipulation, weather modifying thing goes back quite a ways. And if you look into it, you find all sorts of patents, all sorts of information. And it ranges from like spraying stuff out of airplanes to stuff like this. So if you look into the application of modifying the weather, you will find patents. And if you bring the patents up, most people will just dismiss it and say, yeah, well, a patent doesn't mean that they're doing it. So you can find, you know, a patent for spraying small nano-sized metallic material in the sky to redeflect sunlight and help combat global warming, right? Which would be a good thing, right? You want to save the world from global warming, spray some metallic nanoparticles in the sky and reflect those deadly sun rays back into outer space. Sounds like a great idea, right? It's this cool hip new thing called geoengineering. Yeah, you can show that to a person, and you know what? They'll just dismiss that and say that you're a tinfoil hat cuckoo. See, that's the problem. You can like tell somebody about like very real stuff going on, and you know all the scientific terms. You can show it to them, and they'll still be like, "Get out your tinfoil hat, you cuckoo bird!" Are the aliens coming to beam you up too, Scotty? Yeah, that's how you get treated. If you talk about, you know, hey, look at these patents for stratospheric aerosol injections. Oh, are the aliens going to take you away to the planet Xandar? Get a load of this guy with his stratospheric aerosol injections. Okay, Count Quackula. Right? Tell me you haven't had that experience. People who've never heard the word stratification, right? We'll tell you to get out your tinfoil hat. And that was an old video, the one I just showed you. Anyone want to go back and look at that? Let me show you the. a video. It was from the BBC. So I'm sure it's been reposted a bunch of times. And I'll show you another one. But this one is a Jeremy Clarkson cloud machine. NASA makes rain out of hydrogen. If you just put NASA makes rain, like, you'll find this video. Or several versions of it. All right. And then I had another one I wanted to show you guys. And this is very basic stuff where, like, they're admitting that they're, modifying the weather in these videos, basically. And to where it's not like, it's not like I'm making anything up about some HARP facility or whatever. I don't know what the HARP facility does. I think the HARP facility's outdated. So we got to figure, they could be using some very simplistic stuff and some new high-tech stuff. So between planes and then these cloud making machines and all the towers surrounding us, they could be able to do all sorts of stuff with the weather to where they don't even need old, outdated HARP stuff. You get what I'm saying? So in 2024, they might not need some old ass HARP station anymore, and they probably don't. So that's why I don't really like to speculate like how exactly they're doing it. I know that they're modifying the weather. I know they are. It's not a belief. I know that they're messing with the weather. What I'm not going to do is pretend like I know exactly how they're doing it. I'm not going to even act like I know, because that's not my area of expertise. And there's no way for me to really know. This is classified shit. But look at this. In partnership with Disney Studios, you guys will like this video. Top 5 cloud generating machines. And this is a video with 719,000 views.
Cloud forming machines even exist. Today's video is on the top 5 cloud generating machines. Number 5. The Taurus molecular cloud machine was invented by the Russian military and is designed to decontaminate soldiers that have been exposed to a chemical agent. It works by...
Did you guys hear that? This is invented to decontaminate soldiers who have been contaminated, right? Like, what? You're going to spray some shit to decontaminate? Whoa, tell me again. Listen closely to this verbiage.
The Taurus molecular cloud machine was invented by the Russian military and is designed to decontaminate soldiers that have been exposed to a chemical agent. It works by shooting high-pressure water into a modified MiG-21 jet engine. This mixes with chemical compounds to create a high-temperature mixture of gas and steam.
It mixes with chemical compounds. Ooh, that's like the secret ingredient that they don't want to name. Yeah, they take water, harmless water, and then they combine that with chemical compounds. So they take chemicals and they spray it in order to decontaminate people that have been contaminated. Oh, okay. Tell me more.
This gas blows away radioactive particles and destroys...
It blows away the radioactive. It gets the bad particles to go away. Get out of here, you bad particles. You guys, do you believe what they're telling us here? It blows the bad poo-poo particles away. It decontaminates all the bad stuff with good chemicals. They spray you with good chemicals to make the bad ones go away. Dude, like, I'm not going to stand in front of that. So if you're a soldier who has been contaminated and they're like, here, stand in front of this machine, we're going to decontaminate you. Dude, no way. That's an order, soldier. Okay, I guess I have to stand in front of this machine now. You get what I'm saying, dude? What? Christopher Britton says they have been manipulating the weather phenomenon since at least 1947. DEW, direct energy weapon, like Mountain Dew. It's all direct energy weapons. They have updated their equipment. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that either, because I've seen pictures of burnt cars that people are like, it was a dew laser, boogity boogity. And then I was like, well, what if you just burn a car and then I say it was a government laser and then 100,000 people agree? Well, what if I just burnt the car? Then that means all the people who said it was a government laser are just wrong and stupid, right? Because remember back in Hawaii, they would show like, oh, look at this burnt car on the middle of the beach. Oh, it was a dew laser. Pew, 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 pew. No one has footage of them shooting a dew laser and burning a hole into a car. But we see pictures of cars with a hole burnt in it. People automatically assume has to be a dew laser. So I'm the guy that always tries to separate fact from fiction when it comes to conspiracy and crapspiracy. So when it comes to government shooting lasers, do I think that they have stuff like that? Sure. But be careful with pointing and being like, oh, all those Hawaii fires were because of dew lasers. Every single car that had a hole burnt in it was a dew laser. See what I'm saying? Be careful with that shit. It goes right up the same alley with assuming that if you see an athlete on TV fall down, oh, it was because he took the V and he died because of the V. So if you see someone on TV go down, don't automatically assume it's because they took a V. Same with this shit. Don't automatically assume, oh, a building knocked down to smithereens. It was a dew laser. See? They get to jump to conclusions. Thank you, Christopher Britton, because I do agree with some of the stuff you're talking about, but I don't always agree with what everyone says online about these weapons. I think there's a lot of misinformation about these weapons. Yes, I call it guardrail conspiracy or conspiracy bait, if you will. Get you to run with some bullshit. Oprah's house has a blue roof. Like, remember with the Hawaii thing? Oprah's house has a blue roof, and you can't shoot dew lasers into blue. Blue blocks the dew away. Don't you know? I'm gonna go invest in blue paint and paint my house blue so that no one can dew laser my house because I'm so smart. Right? That's what I'm talking about with conspiracy bait. All right, let's get back on track here. So this machine, they were saying, decontaminates you. They invented this to decontaminate you. Does this look like it's going to contaminate or decontaminate? Looks to me like this is going to contaminate some shit rather than decontaminate anything, but okay.
Poison infectious agents, a creative solution to a potential chemical attack.
Oh, you guys, that is a solution to a chemical attack. It's a creative solution to a chemical attack. You see how they slipped that in there? That machine shooting that spray of a chemical concoction. What they're going to use it for is if, bad guys, like, let's say, Chinese bad guys, spray us with a chemical agent from above. What we can do, us good guys, we can spray this to decontaminate all of the contamination. So if you see guys with a machine like this outside in your neighborhood spraying, they'll be like, we're the good guys. We're here to decontaminate you. Oh my God, that is so evil and diabolical. You better hope they don't do that. I mean, I just gave them the idea to do that. They're probably smart enough to already have figured this out. But you guys, yeah, imagine the good guys are spraying this out inside your neighborhood of your house, and they're like, we're decontaminating the bad chemicals. The Chinese sprayed bad stuff,
And we're here to spray the good stuff. Aren't you glad we're here?
oh, this is going to be, you're going to pay for this out of your taxes. See you later. Man, you better hope they don't do that. And you know what? That's some real fear prawn right there, man. For reals. That's some shit that they would do. They already basically do that. I ain't trying to like get you to be scared of nothing, but they could basically be like, there's mosquitoes around here, so we're going to spray this chemical. Can I see a list of ingredients for that chemical? No, you may not. We're getting rid of the mosquitoes. Sir, please step back while I spray this. Right. Some of you guys are going to be like, oh shit, they were spraying in my neighborhood last year. They're going to probably do that. Oh shit, he's right. Go ask for a list of ingredients of that shit that they spray to get rid of mosquitoes. Yeah. See how quick they hand it over. So when I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's for our benefit. Sure. That's to make us feel good and happy. We're gonna get rid of the bad chemicals by spraying you with this machine. So stand in front of this machine if you want to be clean. Yeah. Stand in front of this machine if you want to be clean. You will be contaminated unless you stand there and let this machine shoot you with chemical agents. There you go. It's a song that I made up about getting decontaminated.
Number 4. The government of the UAE is trying new things to create rainfall across their dry desert nation. They came up with an idea to modify the outtake of a plane engine to literally form clouds.
They literally just told you that they're literally trying to manipulate the weather and create rain. And so if you tell somebody that, hey, the weather's controlled, and they go, oh, get out your tinfoil hat. It's like, you can show them stuff like this and they still don't believe you. Like this has like a million views and is on a channel for anyone to watch. This isn't even conspiracy stuff. This is like just regular stuff that anybody can go watch on YouTube. They're telling you that they spray shit in the air and modify the weather. They straight up just tell you that they do that. But still, if you talk about this to your ignorant family members, your family members will treat you as if you're talking about like alien dinosaurs run the government with their mind. You know, like they think that you have absolutely lost your mind. You belong in a mental institution if you think the weather is being controlled.
This is called cloud seeding, an interesting idea. However, there's not much evidence to suggest their cloud seeding program actually really works. They do create small clouds, but not ones large enough to contain much water. But maybe this technology will develop over time.
Oh, you know, they can't create big ones, but they can create small ones. See, that's where they lie. That's where they're lying. Lion-ass mofros. They can't create like big storms or nothing, you know, not like a hurricane. But they can create like a little tiny little baby storm to help the dry desert be a little more wet.
That's what they want you to believe. We can create a little baby storm in the desert so that the desert won't be so dry. But thinking that you can create a whole hurricane and then steer it in a direction of your choosing, that's a bunch of poo-poo poppycock. Get out your tinfoil hat. Right? Don't get mad, but I still support Mag, brother. I know he's losing it, but he is a genuine... No, he's not a genuine truther. If you still like Mag's crap and that still entertains you, I put that in the same category with like me watching like a WWE PLE. Like I'll still watch like a match for like a WWE PLE. You know, like, okay, I want to see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. I know it's a waste of time. I know it's ridiculous. I know, but I gotta see who wins. So I put that. If you want to watch Mag, that's like a guilty pleasure of yours. That's okay, bro. I get it. You know, I had to see who won between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk because I'm a freaking old school wrestling nerd. So I get it, bro. Let me tell you something, people. Vern Troyer, the one who plays Mini-Me from the Austin Power movie, is an animatronic robot, people. He's not even a real man. You need to wake your ass up right now. People think that Austin Troyer, little Mini-Me, be a real man. That's some ignorant shit to please the masses. Vern Troyer, he's not a real man. He's an animatronic robot. Bam, hit you with the truth. I'm gone. That's not even a joke. He said that. Mag says Vern Troyer was a robot and wasn't a real man. His evidence? No real man be that small, people. Come on, wake your ass up. That's his evidence. Nobody's that small and is a real man. That was his evidence. He didn't show us like, oh, here's him, shutting down and then picking him up and him being turned off like he's an actual robot or something. Like here's him shorting out or what. No evidence. Just claimed that Mini-Me from Austin Powers movies is a robot. Swear to God, Mag claims Vern Troyer's a robot. That was the day I decided, dude. Nope. Sorry, Mag. I'm going to clown on you for life for saying that. Thank you for the donations, bro. I appreciate that. Shady Davy D says, political season, you might want to do a live stream about the Trump tards and Harris fans. Let them know, bro. Oh, I've been doing that for years. It's the same old thing over and over again. Once them Democrats get out of office, we can get back to work making this country great again. That's right. This time ain't going to be able to rig the vote. So many people's going to vote for Trump. It's going to be undeniable. The Democrats can try and stuff them ballot boxes all they want. Our Lord and Savior Trump's coming back whether you like it or not. And that's a fact. I hear he's going to win like every single state. That's right. There's more black folks than ever who's supporting Trump. Ain't no way he's gonna lose. Yeah, that right there, that character, that's like tens of millions of people who think that their vote counts and matters. And they literally think that like the day that Trump becomes president, he's gonna get back to work fixing everything, making good stuff happen. And if the gas was to go down like 20 or 30 cents, they'd be like, look, he done lowered the gas for us because he loves us. Trump fans think that Trump personally like lowers the gas price for them because he's such a great guy. When Trump was in office, he lowered the gas prices and the economy was good and there weren't no wars. Yeah, and he told you to go get the jab. But he told you you have your choice whether you want to do that or not.
He told you you have your freedom. Screw your freedom. You have no freedom. If you don't get the jab, then screw your freedom. But that technically did not mean screw your freedom. I mean your freedom needs to be reinforced with screws. Yee. All right. Shady Davy D, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate the support. OJ and Toothpaste says, do you think Deshaun Watson massage? Deshaun Watson massage news is fake? I haven't heard about a massage. Did he get a massage? Did he get caught at a massage parlor? I have not heard if that's the case. You'll have to tell me what happened. Yeah, a Trumper's get out of jail free card, like their excuse when you nail them down, like Trump promoted the jab. Whoa, 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 whoa! He said that you have a choice. Oh, okay. Then he's fucking awesome. Oh, he said you have a choice in the matter after he promoted it? Oh, well, then he's amazing. Yeah, go vote for him. USA. You know what's going to be awesome? He's going to fix everything for 4 years. It's going to be paradise. We're literally going to be living in heaven for 4 years. And then some demon rat's going to come along and fuck it all up. But at least we get 4 years of living in heaven with our Savior.
That's right. You're going to get 4 years, and only 4 years. I'm going to fix everything. And then, quite honestly, I'm going to walk away from the whole shit boodle, kitten caboodle, all right? And the next demon rat who comes along, of course, is going to mess it all up. But that's not my problem, all right? I can only be president twice. I can only make America great again twice. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make America great again. You're going to have greatness for 4 years. And then President Dwayne The Rock Johnson will take over with Vice President Oprah. And you're going to get what you're going to get. All right? Enjoy yourselves, people. You're fired. China.
Hey, straight up. What comedian do you know can do any of this? Give me a thumbs up. Show me some love. America's most realist, truthfulest, funniest comedian. Oh, did I say America? I mean the universe's most truthful, funny comedian of all time. Who will ever live? Show some love. Hit the thumbs up right now. Do it. Oh, you think you're going to find it funnier and more truthful in some other place? Sure you will. Maybe you'd feel more comfortable if you were over there getting the bam from the mag. Let me tell you something, people. The tornado, the hurricane, is not native to this land. It's man-made. There was no such thing as a hurricane or a tornado until man come along and tell you about it, people. I used to live in the land of Hapis. I come from Hapis, which is outside of the ice wall. There is land beyond the ice wall. That is where all men come from. That is where I come from. That is where you come from. We come from Hapis. Hit you with the mag, I'm gone. What am I even talking about? Oh yeah, the hurricane. OJ and Toothpaste says, Jake, your favorite video game, Grand Theft Auto, question mark. I don't play video games at all anymore. I went through my video game phase, when I was a kid, and in my teens, and in my early 20s. And then in my 30s, I decided I was done. And then then I decided in my mid 30s that I wanted to buy a bunch of old video games from when I was a little kid, like old NES games, and go back and play those. So I went through my phase where I bought old games, you know, NES stuff and N64 stuff, you know, Super Nintendo, and I went back and played those. Got my and now that stuff is just sitting in a box. So I have all my old collector's games just sitting in a box, and I don't play them. So I don't play any games, and I haven't played any video games in years, man. The last system, newer system that I owned was an Xbox 360. That was the last system that I bought that was a newer. And the last like online thing that I did where I played like actually connected online, I did Call of Duty back when Call of Duty on 360 was the thing to do. I did that. So that's how long ago it was since I've been into video games. So back when people were still playing Call of Duty on Xbox 360 was back when I was a gamer. So I haven't been I never bought another new system after Xbox 360. Picking a favorite game is hard because there's childhood games that I like to go back and play like on NES, but like they annoy me. It's still annoying. Like it's still fun to go back and play like, you know, Mario 2 every great once in a while, but it's also a shitty annoying game as well. You know what I mean? It's fun to go back and play, you know, Rampage for 10 minutes and knock down a building, but then you realize like that's all you're going to do, and then it's annoying and stupid. So every game is fun and it's annoying and stupid. So Grand Theft Auto on PS2 when it first came out. So to answer your question, when Grand Theft Auto on PS2 came out, that was the first time you got to be a dude who like walks around and can like punch any random person on the street, shoot any random grandma on the street, you know, steal any car. That was the first time you got to like be that guy, that character in a realistic game. And so me and my friends binged Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 2. What was it? Grand Theft Auto 3, I think it was. We binged that game for like a year. We were like just nerds playing that game like all day. And so that was a fun one. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite, you know, because like I like different games on different systems. And but that one was fun. You actually chose one that me and my friends played a lot when it came out. All right. Thank you, OJ and Toothpaste. All right. Let's get back to work on this hurricane business, weather modification stuff. I wanted to show you guys a few more videos. And then we'll open up the chat. You guys can tell me. Maybe some of you guys are in the area. You can tell me what's going on. Some of you guys are probably already talking about it in the chat, and I might have missed it. So let me show this one video. People are talking about, you know, how hurricanes can be created and weather can be modified. And then the news will be like, oh, there's these crazy conspiracies out there about Hurricane Helen and Hurricane Milton being, you know, modified and controlled. But these are just conspiracy theories. So they're already doing their damage control when it comes to these quote unquote conspiracy theories. Hey, I'll at least give this news channel a shout out for having a more feminine looking news anchor. Hey, that's a more feminine looking news anchor than the last ones.
The aftermath of Hurricane Helene, a new threat is emerging. The absence of running water, electricity, or even cell service has seen misinformation and conspiracy theories surrounding the event take hold. Disaster agency FEMA has been the target of online rumours, including that it is choosing not to help people or that its resources have been diverted to help illegal immigrants. Those claims are false and have...
Oh, okay. You guys, the news told us that the claims that FEMA's not helping people, those claims are false. Yeah. Have you heard FEMA's not going to help people with the hurricane damage? They're not going to help people with emergency services. No. That's all false. You know why? Because the news is here telling you that that's false. See, that's how you know real news from fake news, is when the nightly news tells you. See? So if you heard that they're choosing not to help, it's officially been marked false.
Rumours, including that it is choosing not to help people or that its resources have been diverted to help illegal immigrants. Those claims are false and have been amplified by the likes of Elon Musk and Donald Trump and have led to...
Oh, it's been amplified, not verified, but amplified by Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I'm glad they amplified it.
Threats against workers and volunteers. FEMA has created a fact-check page that debunks online misinformation.
Oh, it debunks online information. You see that, guys? That website created by FEMA? Look at it. You can tell just by looking at it. They debunk the ever-living shit out of all you crazy conspiracy cuckoos. Oh, you think that they're modifying the weather and creating hurricanes and like strategically steering it into populated areas such as the Tampa Bay area? Pfft. Yeah, well, go to the FEMA website and get your ass debunked. What, are you scared? I dare you to go to FEMA's website and get your ass debunked. Yeah, scared? Scared to go to FEMA's website? Yeah, you know they'll debunk you. Look at that website. All that information debunks any online conspiracy quack ever known. Of course. See Me Roland says, Jake, are you in an office? Yes, I rent an office and run my YouTube channel out of an office. And I've been doing that for years. I found a cheap office and I get a good deal. And so, yeah, that's what I do. I like that. Don't you guys like that? You go to the FEMA website and it debunks the online conspiracies. All of them. Every conspiracy theory online, you just go to this FEMA website and it's going to debunk that shit. Looks like I missed some super chats too. See me rolling. OJ and Toothpaste says, remember when you would make fun of TikTok girls? Yeah, I tried that. I tried different forms of content. And you know what I didn't like about that form of content is it's just, that's all those guys do. So all the guys that do the women are 304s and every single mom is a tramp and she's for the streets and all that men going their own way stuff, like it's all just the same thing over and over and over, and it gets boring. And I notice it just like creates hatred and resentment, you know, against women, and that's not going to help anyone like find their partner if you're always going around like complaining about every woman's for the streets and they're all 304s and they're all tramps. And so if I'm sitting there dogging on all these TikTok hoes. And it was funny. Some of the TikTok hoes deserve it. And every once in a while, I can still, if the situation fits, make fun of some TikTok hoe. But I don't want my whole MO to be making fun of TikTok hoes. Today, I'm making fun of another TikTok hoe. To where then my job becomes like, I have to go dig up these TikTok hoes. Because that means I got to go on TikTok and find the TikTok hoes who are the most annoying and stupid, consume their video, and then be like, oh, now I'm going to talk about this for my audience. See what I mean? It turns into like, oh, my job is finding terrible TikTok hoes to bash. And so even though that content can get you a lot of views and you can make money doing that, I'm just a man of integrity. Like, I'd rather do something that like I feel like is more rewarding or that I enjoy, or that is going to help people. Even if it means I won't get as many views, which is what happens. You want to tell the truth and talk about different stuff? Yeah, be prepared to not get many views. You want to talk about one subject over and over and over and over and over and make all the thumbnails and all the titles basically exactly the same? That's what YouTube wants. YouTube wants you to choose a niche that's popular and trendy and stick to that. And don't you dare talk about anything else. That's what they want right now. And if you do anything else, like, talk about different stuff, they'll stop notifying your subscriber base that you're doing things. So that's simple. But anyway, I don't want to go on about that shit. No one wants to hear about that. So let's hear more about how FEMA debunks all the conspiracy theories online.
But it is constantly playing catch up with the latest rumours. The cause of the hurricane has also led to a conspiracy theory centering around the idea that it was man-made and designed to influence the election. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who famously blamed wildfires on Jewish space lasers, is among those claiming affected areas are Republican voting.
All right, y'all. This is how they get you to be derailed by conspiracy bait. They'll get a politician to be like, oh my God, it's space lasers, or they might even tell you the truth and say, oh, they're spraying stuff, with airplanes, whatever, or that they're using HARP, let's say, so they'll attach it to a character who's a Democrat or a conservative, right, and part of one of their political parties, and then they can be dismissed as like, oh, well, that's the right-wing cuckoo bird conspiracy, or that's the Democrat liberal conspiracy cuckoo. See what I mean? So they have their resident conspiracy cuckoos that they can say, oh, all these people online are just stupid like this person here. See what I'm saying? So they can group you in with one of their people. Yeah, all of these rumors about space lasers controlling the weather, it's because of this person on screen, right? Yeah, Eddie, I was talking about HARP earlier, and I was saying it's old and outdated. So maybe they might have used to use HARP, but I feel like HARP is old news, old school. Technology moves rapidly to where you got to figure they have other things. And then I've looked into other facilities like underwater facilities, for instance, like stuff that looks like HARP except it's under the water. So that's something you might not have heard of, but HARP-like facilities that are underneath the water. So you don't got to worry about too many people, creeping around there. So if they have a HARP-like facility, let's say out in the Gulf of Mexico, how many people are going to go snooping around? So I like to think that there's HARP-like facilities spread out around the world. And the old HARP could be outdated and out of commission by now. And they might be letting online conspiracy theorists go wild and point their finger at some old, outdated shit that ain't even in use. They might be like, here, go ahead and keep pointing at the old HARP building that we don't even use anymore. Or facility, I should say. Yeah, keep pointing at those antennas that aren't even in use, right? I don't know whether they use it or not anymore, you guys. I'm just saying it is old, and they probably have some other shit that's way more intense than that old, outdated technology. Shady Davy D says, over 500 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. For sure. Hey, you guys, YouTube likes to hide, shadow ban me, unsub people from my channel. And it's because I am a real dude who gives out real information. And I don't lie to people. I don't scam people. I don't try and lead you down any BS rabbit holes. You know, I try and give it to you as best as I know the truth, as best as I can decipher the truth. That's what I try and bring to you. And I try and make you laugh, lighten the blow, because let's face it, is an evil, crooked ass world we live in. So sometimes the only thing we can do is just laugh and try and have as much fun in this hellhole before it goes up in shit flames. Right? That's really all we can do. Try and laugh and enjoy ourselves before this whole shit show goes up in shit flames. So with that said, hook a brother up with some likes. Let me get this person off of the screen here. Hook it up. If you're just sitting there and you haven't, it's real easy. Just hit that button. It does make a difference. It lets the algorithm know that I'm awesome. And then Al Gore will like stroke my stream and it'll get more views than the last stream. It's all about just trying to do better than the last one. If it does worse than the last one, then I feel like the channel's dying. I hate that feeling. So help make me feel good by giving me a thumbs up. There, I think I just guilt tripped everyone into doing it. So now we can move on. Al Gore and his rhythm need you to hit the thumbs up on my video so that I can get Al Gore rhythm strokage, if you know what I mean. I'd like for the Al Gore rhythm to stroke it to the east, stroke it to the west, stroke it with the woman that I love best. No, 568 watching right now. That's a pretty damn good audience. So, with that said, audience, let's open it up. Any of you guys in the Florida area, now's your time to speak up. I'm going to pay attention to the chat. So, open chat from here on out. I showed my hurricane stuff, talked about how the weather's modified. And you can go look into like 10 bazillion videos about the weather being modified. Spooky doom and gloom ones, and then ones that actually have like real scientific information that explain exactly stuff you see going on in the sky. So yeah, I'm sure a ton of you guys have already done your research on how they modify the weather, and so I can't say exactly what methods they're using to whip up a hurricane, but let's be honest, they can whip up a hurricane. Can they whip up a hurricane and steer it in a direction of their choosing? Of course they can. At least that's what I think. How exactly is that process done? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate and tell you that I know exactly how they whip a hurricane up out in the Gulf of Mexico and steer it exactly. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, they use electromagnetism and they ionicize the ionosphere with a facility underneath the water outside of Puerto Vallarta. I don't know. I'm not going to like make stuff up or speculate, but what I will say is I'm pretty sure they can make a hurricane and stick it where they want in some places. I don't think that they can make a hurricane wherever they want, because otherwise California would have been whacked by hurricanes by now. So since California doesn't get whacked by hurricanes, it makes me think that they have the ability to create a hurricane, just not over in the Pacific Ocean. At least not yet. Got a very, very generous donation coming in from Sovereign Dirt that says, stroke, stroke. Bro, since you're sending me $100 and you have stroke, stroke, you're going to make me want to sing a song about stroking it. What's my favorite song about stroke? Stroke me, say you're a winner, baby, use a sinner now. Stroke, stroke, stroke. You guys remember that one? Stroke me, say you're a winner, baby, you're the sinner now. There you go. That guy just sent me a very, very generous super chat. And his message, stroke, stroke. You can put anything you want in a super chat. Well, not anything, but you can type almost any message to me. And of all the things, stroke, stroke. All right. You are super chat champion of the night, Sovereign Dirt. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It is generous donations like this that help keep the Jake the Asshole channel afloat and help let me do this incredible job for a living. I bitch about it sometimes, about this job, but it really is a fun job and it's unique, tailored just for me somehow. And people like you allow me to continue doing this. All right. Davey D, always telling people to support the channel. I appreciate that, Davey D. You are a hardcore fan, hardcore sub of the channel, and I appreciate guys like you. You really do get people to throw me extra thumbs up. All right. I did manifest a cool job in a way, and it happened in weird circumstances, you know, like they demonetized the channel back in like 2020, and then they remonetized it, and then so I went through periods where like I thought I was done with YouTube, and then I came back, reestablished my audience, grew another audience, and then you know the NFL stuff rejuvenated the channel, and so to be here after all these years, and this is like my job, this is what I do. Pretty freaky sometimes that this is how it turned out. Holden says, Jake, will you be in Santa Cruz this weekend? I hope so. You know what, Holden? The weather's nice and it's going to start to cool off very soon. And I was thinking of taking one last beach vacation. And after I wrap up this stream, I might start getting my shit together to head over there. And I'll probably be there for a few days. So, yeah, I might be there actually. Nuke says, why don't you do some wedding singing? So I could go back and singing in nursing homes, and I could do wedding singing and be in a cover band. I could go do all kinds of singing, but the more other stuff you do, the less YouTube you'll do. So if you're a YouTuber and then you start doing other things, focusing your time in other areas, your YouTubing will decrease. So I'm trying to stay on top of the YouTubing. And even with me focusing on it, you know, as my main job, there's still days where I don't know really what to talk about or I'm not in a great mood. So I'll just upload a few shorts or whatever just to do something. So right now I'm just focused on doing the YouTube thing. And I enjoy the fact that my calendar's always open and I can do whatever I want. I can decide to go live or decide to not do anything or take a day off or, you know, like go to Laughlin for a weekend and watch my favorite band. So I really enjoy the flexibility of being a YouTuber. And once I start putting dates in a calendar with singing, then it becomes like, oh, I have to be at this place at this time. So I can always fall back on singing. If they wipe out the channel tomorrow, I can go start singing tomorrow. So that's basically always there as my backup. What I want to do, and I'm lazy. I'm just a lazy ass. I always say, okay, right after this next trip, I'm gonna make new music. I need to make new music. I need to build out my studio, and I've said this. So I need to buy a bunch of shit and get my studio set up, and then learn how to use the shit that I buy. That's the part that makes me drag my feet. Buying stuff, not a problem. Learning how to use it, oh, I hate learning how to use stuff. I hate like having to learn a whole new thing, like a new music recording program, and I have to start from scratch and be a total dimwit and watch a video of a guy and have him teach me how to step by step record myself. That's literally what I have to go back and do. It's like, but once I do that, once I get my head out of my own ass and I do that, I'm gonna make some awesome music. You just have to hope that I pull my head out of my own ass and stop being lazy and get to work. And when I do that, I swear I'm going to make everything 10 times better. I'm going to have a better camera, a better mic, a music studio. I have a plan to fix and update everything. And then every day I'm like, I feel like going to the beach and taking mushrooms. Yeah. And when I get back, I'll build a studio and get to work on that shit. That's my attitude. All right. Little Bud says, US Yacht 27 says, can you sing Man on the Moon tonight? And then I also got a super sticker from Eric Ramos. Thank you, Eric Ramos, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Man on the Moon. I think you're talking about Land on the Moon. I wrote the song Land on the Moon. I didn't write the song Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon was written by REM, and it goes, if you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon, like that, right? You've heard it. Jim Carrey did that movie where he was Andy Kaufman. They used that song in the movie, and it's called Man on the Moon. That's a different song. The song I wrote is called Land on the Moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. You take the rover, you go to the moon. Then you know that we come back soon. Rove to the left, we rove to the right. And beach, you know that we rove all night. We land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. And yes, my friend, we will come back soon. We take the rover, we rove it around. Take the rover, rove into town, rove up atop. We rove down low, and beach, you don't know which way we rove. We land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, na 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 na. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Oh yes, my friend, we will come back soon, and we take the rover. We rove it this way, we take the rover. We rove that way, we rove to the left. We rove to the right, and beach, you know, we rove right out of sight. We land on the moon, we land on the moon. Na 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 no 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 no. Yes, my friend, we will come back soon. Say rove, rove, rove. Start slow. Rove, 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 rove. row, 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 row. A little more now. Row, 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 row. Faster. Row, 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 row. Full speed. Row. All right. All right. Been a fun night. Glad you guys joined me tonight. Talking about a serious hurricane. But you guys would rather me sing a silly song. Right? I was trying to talk about a serious subject, people dying in the way of Hurricane Milton. But you guys just want me to sing silly songs. I guess you don't care about those people. Just kidding. I don't care about them either. Just kidding. All right. That was one of those jokes where, like, it sounds mean, but I'm just kidding. I do care. If you're affected by Hurricane Milton, please don't be offended by any of the stuff I'm saying. It's kind of like when California's burning down with wildfires and you people in Florida are sipping champagne, sitting on the dock of the bay, not giving a flying fart about the California wildfires. It's kind of the same thing. You can't expect us people in California to give too much of a flying fart about hurricanes, because we ain't got to deal with them. Got one of these football guys. Make a bet on the Jets. Oh, I've already heard that the Tampa Bay Bucks are a lock to win the Super Bowl now because of the hurricane and all that stuff. Yeah, all you football guys, go bet your money and watch all the pretend football you want. I'm happy with the fact that I don't make picks and I don't waste my time. I'm happy with that. The only thing I lost was, the new subscribers who only care about picks and the haters who bitch at me when I have a bad week. Yeah, that's what I lost. What I gained is like a bunch of free time and peace of mind. So far, I'm enjoying that I made this decision. There's still that random guy on every video that I make that said, please come back and do picks. Please. And I'm like, dude, accept it. I don't want to. It's done. All right. Second glance says, dude. Sovereign Dirt coming in with another very generous super chat says, enjoy and be prosperous. How about a moment of silence for the writing, or for the writing, for the witting and unwitting victims? Yeah, people losing their house, losing their life. It's not a laughing matter, even though I've basically made it a laughing matter. But let's have a moment of silence for those people. I said a moment. I waited a moment, and then I made a fart noise. Don't get mad at me. Is that a joke? I think I just made that a joke. Whenever anyone asks for a moment of silence, wait like 2 seconds and then do a fart noise. And then when everyone looks at you, you go, what? I waited a moment. Be that guy who does that. Next time, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask for a moment of silence, right? Wait 2 seconds. The moment everyone's dead quiet, just be like, what? I waited a moment. Jeez. They got split results. One guy thinks it's funny, another guy says no. It's a 50-50 joke right there. All right. Sovereign Dirt, you are my homie. I appreciate that. All right. Holden says he went 14-0 on the scripted picks. Whoa. Hey, everyone has that 1 week where they basically get all the games right. So that was year one. Enjoy it, man. Might never happen again. Sometimes it's that 1 week where you do that once in your life, and then you'll chase that forever and never be able to do it again. That's the bad thing about going 14-0 is the only thing now you can do is go 16-0, and you can only do that on select weeks. So you're going to be chasing 16-0 now for the rest of your life. And usually on a week where you go 14-0, it'll be on a week where you only bet on like one of the games like $50. So you can't exactly say that you're rolling in the money. Rasta Bear coming in with the flames. I like Rasta because like I booted him out of the chat and banned him, and then like I saw him over on another channel and he was like, hey, I'm sorry, unban me. So then I unbanned him. And then he was cool and he like sent me a super chat, and then it was like, now he's cool. But I told him that like since he has Bear in his name, he's going to be associated with Owen Benjamin, who's a lying scammer. So I told him, that the Bear, you're always going to be tied back. But he said he likes the Bear thing and he wants to keep it. So, and he says he's going to outlast Owen Benjamin. People are going to forget Owen Benjamin, and the Bear thing's going to be okay again. Nachiketa, yeah, on that guy's channel. I saw him over on Nachiketa's channel, and then he apologized to me and asked me to unban him. And he started being nice. So I was like, all right. See, I'm the type of dude that like I could like throw someone off my channel, ban them. But if they're like sincere and they're like, bro, I was just kidding, please unban me, I'll be like, okay. But if they're like some dirty shill, oh, well, then screw them. They're banned for life. Like one of Ronnie and Jason's sock accounts promoting themselves. Banned for life in an instant. Michael H. Well, check this out. This office is much cheaper than an apartment. I used to rent an apartment, and you know what they do at an apartment? They up the cost of the rent like every year until you can't live there anymore. And then you have to go find another shittier, less expensive apartment, and then they do the same thing. So I found a place that has charged me the same for 3 years, and it's a small amount. And electricity, internet included, bathrooms stocked and cleaned. Yeah, I haven't had to clean a toilet in years. I haven't had to buy toilet paper in years because the bathroom here at my facility gets cleaned by someone. Oh, and right outside my door, full kitchen. Oh, and we have laundry and shower here. Yeah. So ask yourself, why would I go pay $1,500 a month for them to then charge me $1,800 a month the next year when I have this here for $500? What would you do if you were a single dude who had a YouTube channel and didn't have a wife and kids? Would you go pay $1,500 for an apartment? Just asking what if you were in this situation, what you would do. So one of the reasons why I always have money and I always make money is because I keep all my bills low, as low as possible. And that's why I always have money. Even on a bad month, I'll come out ahead. OJ and Toothpaste says, who's worse, RV, Owen, Richie from Boston, David Weiss, or Alex Stein? David Weiss is the most high up the ranks of those people. Out of those people, David Weiss has the most money. He's a millionaire who lives in Greenwich, Connecticut, where houses cost, $3 million and up. An average house where he lives costs $3 million. So David Weiss, being he's at the tippity top of the flat Earth controlled opposition, and he gets to go sit next to Alex Jones and Roseanne Barr. I'd say he's at the tippity top. And then Alex Stein is the most annoying. So the one that annoys me the most is easily Alex Stein. The one that bothers me the least is Richie from Boston. He bothers me the least. I think he is controlled opposition, but he doesn't hurt me or do anything to me. In fact, he gives me a lot of material, and I do his voice. So Richie bothers me the least. Personal grudge, the guy I would sock in the face, RV. Out of all these dudes, the one who I would whoop his fucking ass in person, RV. RV's the one who made shit up about me, literally lied about me, and does it every year. He repeats the same shit that he lied about from the last year every year, like he's told, oh, it's time to do your yearly Slander Jake video. So RV will do a yearly Slander Jake video. And straight up, dude, mano a mano, I would beat the shit out of RV and feel really good doing it. Whereas the rest of them, I don't like them, but I don't have as much of a personal hatred with the other ones. Owen is a sleazy scammer, but and he did steal my my lunar lander bit and try and repackage it. My lunar module is a homeless tweaker bit. Owen tried to steal that and repackage my bit and pretend like he's never heard of me. So I don't like Owen, but yeah, the guy who's the most powerful out of all them, highest up the chain, is David Weiss. So there you go. That's a multifaceted answer. But all them dudes, if it was up to me, I'd have all of them hanging out of the same tree. I would hang each one of those dudes out of the same tree if it was up to me. This is a comedy show. I'm not actually gonna hang those guys, okay? But I would if I could. Just kidding. Or am I? Michael Lind coming in with a donation, says the topic of inverted genders for occultic reasons, i.e. Trump is a woman, provided by channels like Simon Woods, Next Wex, and cancel culture may add important context for your observations. Could you look into this? I don't like to go down the rabbit holes where every single guy is a chick and every single chick is a guy, because I don't feel that way. I look at each individual person as a case by case example. So I don't make the blanket statement that everyone in Hollywood is flip flopped. I don't say that. Other people say that. I look at each individual person and I go, that one looks like it could be a inverted one. Whereas other examples, like I'm not going to say that The Rock Dwayne Johnson is a big lady. I'm just not going to say that. You can't get me to think that The Rock is a lady, or that Shaquille O'Neal was a lady or is a lady. If you want to say that The Rock and Shaquille O'Neal are ladies, that's fine, but I'm not going to do it. But Jake, everyone in Hollywood has to be an invert, don't you know? That's cool. You can take that position, but I'm not. So yes, I know there are people in my chat who will take the position that every single person on TV is inverted. I don't take that position. I like to do it on a case-by-case basis. So can I say for sure that Trump is a lady? No. Is that a possibility? I guess. Not the most blatant example, though. TRX and Troll says all pro sports employees, refs, players, actors, big YouTuber celebs, newscasters are related either openly or secretly within their professions or related to a politician or elite. Thoughts? I don't know if they're all bloodline, if every single person you mentioned is bloodline related, but more related through secret societies, alphabet agencies, and whatnot. So I think that like some of what you're saying is definitely on, but I you're painting a whole bunch of people under the same brush. So I can't say that literally every single person involved with the NFL syndicate is part of their bloodline. You know what I mean? But are the are all those people you're mentioning, the refs, the players, and stuff like that, are they all in on the act? Yeah, for sure. Are there celebrities who know that it's an act who are lying? For sure. Are there big YouTubers who are lying and they're basically, like smaller version of Hollywood celebs? A lot of these YouTubers, they're former Hollywood celebs become YouTubers. So yeah, uh, totally. I can kind of agree with what you're saying, but I don't think every single one of them is blood related. I think that's a bit far fetched. OJ and Toothpaste says call for an uprising makes fear mongering vids. Yeah, he's got multiple channels now. He's not calling himself that. Now he's calling himself Rebel Yell and Hurting Humanity. So it's the same dude. And there's people saying that he is also Russian vids, but I don't think that call for an uprising and Russian vids are the same guy. Russian vids sounds he's like slower and stupider. And I think it's a different dude. So I feel like Call for an Uprising is a different guy than Russian Vids. But people have told me that they think those are the same guy. So you will get some truth out of those videos. Like he will tell you that the hurricanes are, modified and manipulated. But then he might go as far as to like mix in some disinformation about it. Wouldn't shock me. That's a new thing people are doing, fracturing themselves into several different channels. One of the things I've screwed myself over with this channel by not picking a niche and talking about all sorts of different stuff is like YouTube doesn't reward that sort of thing. They want you to like pick a niche and just talk about one thing. And so what YouTube would want me to do, and people have suggested, is that I create a different channel, one for just talking about the NFL, and then create a different channel for conspiracy, for this type of conspiracy, and then a different channel for talking about this. And then it's like you end up spreading yourself thin, having to create all sorts of different videos for different channels. So I feel like, if I was to fracture myself into like 5 different channels, well, then you're getting a fifth of my attention for each one of those channels. You know what I mean? Because there isn't 5 of me to go around. So if I make 5 channels, well, that means I got to somehow dedicate my time to content for 5 different things rather than just this one. So I find it challenging to like, figure out new stuff to keep coming up with. But it's like YouTube doesn't want you to come up with new stuff. They want you to just do one thing and make that your niche. Stick to your niche. So a lot of channels that are successful are sticking to their niche, pumping out the same type of video with the same looking thumbnail, with the same font. And I don't do that. And so I suffer the consequences of not doing that. Sovereign Dirt says, is Diddy the black eye? I think Diddy, like I mentioned in my live stream I did a few weeks ago about Diddy, and I've done multiple streams about him where I say he's more of a well-known character and a household name that they can tie to the criminal act of trafficking, and they can make it out like Diddy is the most, high up the chain Hollywood trafficker that there is. So they can make it out like Diddy is the worst, most bad dude in Hollywood. When in reality, there's a plethora of real bad guys whose names you don't know, whose identities are kept a secret. And they can have you looking at these celebrities, talking about this sort of thing around the water cooler at work or with your families, and making up rumors. Oh, did you hear what Diddy and Justin Bieber were doing? They can make you visualize things that celebrities are doing, naughty behavior that Justin Bieber and Puff Daddy were doing. And literally these are like Hollywood actors and whatnot. So what they can have you do is create all this criminal activity in your head and all these scenarios in your head and make you think Puff Daddy is just the worst, most bad guy. Meanwhile, all the real bad dudes getting away with the actual trafficking, they're not getting busted. Oh, and also they can create the illusion that the police are out there busting bad guys like Puff Daddy. Yeah, guys, the police caught him. They got the infamous Puffy Daddy. No need to worry. He's not going to be able to hurt any kids or do any trafficking anymore. The police got him. Yeah, the police don't catch real criminals. The police are out there writing chicken shit parking tickets, right? Oh, you're not wearing a seatbelt. I'm going to have to write you a ticket, mister. That's what police are out there doing. They're not busting actual trafficking bigwig criminals. Get out of here. So by having trafficking connected to a household name, they take the target, they take the emphasis off all the real bad men out there who are doing the real trafficking. And they create the illusion that the police are out there busting these bad guys. Such a funny story. As far as you talking about the black eye, I'm not sure if you mean in the Black Eye Club, like Puffy's in the special Black Eye Club. Of course he's in the special Black Eye Club. Now, what does the special Black Eye Club actually mean? And how are you officially given the black eye? I've talked about that in a few different videos, and one of them YouTube took down. So in one video, I hear that you become part of the Black Eye Club by officially getting socked in the face by some dude high up the chain. And I didn't believe that story. And then in another story, I heard that you get initiated and you take this drug that starts with an A and has the word chrome in it. And then when I mentioned that in a video, and I mentioned and I had a thumbnail of Lady Gaga, they took that video down off YouTube, so I had to go put it up on the bitch oot, and so that video's over there. And then I was gonna make a third video about it, and about how there's this rumor about you have a serpent that they put into your eye, and it like goes in your brain, and you become one with this evil serpent, and it takes control of you, and then you're like one of the true evil elites. But that sounds kind of crazy too. But you know, all that stuff's out there, so I couldn't tell you for sure what sort of evil behind the scenes shit they do with the black eye. It could be as stupid as like, here, let us smudge some shit on your eye, and then we'll just have people thinking that it's a big evil deal, but it's not. Or it could be like, you know, they cut open your eye and stick a evil serpent in there, and it takes control of your brain. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. It's an interesting subject. You'll go down a rabbit hole, but you won't find a definite answer. You won't be able to be like, oh yes, that is exactly what happens to all the Black Eye Club members. Okay, See Me Roland says, can you do your impression of Richie from Boston running away from the hurricane? I could probably pull that off. I just so happen to take my overlander to Florida for the fall, and they just so happen to be releasing a hurricane in my general direction. It was as if my overlander was right in the path of this man-made created hurricane. So I had to load up, all right? I damn near swallowed my vape pen. I loaded up everything as quick as I could, and I got the hell out of there. And just as I was leaving the Tampa Bay area, all right, I had to get gas. There was a line a mile long, but luckily I bought my own gas. All right, I always carry a tank of gas. So I used my own personal reserves, and I got out of Dodge. There was a swarm of Chinese nano drones that began to follow me. Luckily, I lost them on the freeway. I was throwing Bibles out the window, repenting as I was speeding down the highway. At any rate, I digress. They're going to continue to hit Florida from both sides. They're going to hit you from the east. They're going to hit you from the west. They're going to hit you with the woman that you love best. They're going to be stroking. All right. At any rate, this is Richie from Boston. Like, share, subscribe, but don't. I'm out. There you go. Little Richie from Barston. Running away from the hurricane. Because that's what it would sound like if he was running from the hurricane. Picture Richie running from a hurricane and what he would say. I pretty much got it at least like 80% correct. I might have over-exaggerated for comedic effect. But if he was in Florida, and he indeed was running from the hurricane, he would have said almost verbatim what I said. Almost verbatim. Saint Earth says our flat world leaders need to have more ayahuasca meetings. Oh, I'm sure they have all sorts of crazy meetings. Talk about all sorts of sick, diabolical, twisted, and interesting, fascinating stuff. And all we can do is speculate and wonder. I haven't taken ayahuasca, but I have smoked crystallized dimethyltryptamine. And let me tell you what. Wow. Holy shit, monkey tits. That stuff. Whoa. Those of you who know, you know. So I've heard the ayahuasca is like a little weaker than smoking the crystallized version of that drug. I hear it's like much longer though. So I hear it's like it lasts hours long. But I also hear that you like have diarrhea and you throw up. But then once you get through having diarrhea and you throw up, that for like 3 hours you're tripping your ass off, seeing all sorts of crazy stuff. So I haven't done that, but I did smoke the crystallized stuff, the Deemsters, and I've done that like 4, 5 good times, like 4 times I want to say, and holy crazy monkey tits. We'll never forget that. Yes, a smoked Deemster trip will be like a 10-minute deal. And then you'll come out of it and be like, what? Why? Or you'll be like, I know the answer to everything. I'm God, and I am the center of the universe. And when I wake up from this life, I'll remember why I did all this because I'm God. Of course. Yeah. Those are like some of the common things that happen. So if you ever hear anyone babbling about how everyone is God, probably because they smoke some of that shit. Oh, First Amendment said it made him fall into a crack of a sidewalk and he couldn't get out. That sounds terrible. That doesn't sound enlightening or fun at all. I don't want a drug that makes me get stuck in a crack in the sidewalk. I've done some drugs, man, but not one that makes me stuck in a crack in the sidewalk, and I don't want to. See me rolling says, "Aw man, you are funny." I'm going back, making sure I didn't miss any super chats. I've been known to miss a super chat or two. I'll try and read some random comments along the way. Oh yeah, here's another thing. Don't put your focus on world stage characters like Billy Gates. He's a stooge for you to point and aim your hatred. He's not the one doing it. So the guy that is pretending to be Bill Gates, dude, that's not even the same Bill Gates as 15, 20 years ago. Go look at the old Bill Gates and then look at the current Bill Gates. It's not even the same dude anymore. So they just have some new fake Bill Gates as the figurehead, the lightning rod for your attention, so that you can think that all the evil jabs and all the stuff related to the evil V's are because of him. No, the government can do a lot of evil shit and then have you pointing at Billy. They would rather have you point at one guy, one random nerd who's not even the same Bill, some random guy pretending to be Bill. They would rather have you point at that guy than know the whole real operation. So yeah, I don't fall for the whole Billy Gates deal. So that's the thing when you become a real legit truther, you have to be able to like uh, look past the regular conspiracy bait. Bill Gates is trying to get everyone to take the V to control the population. Then when you get to where I'm at, you're like, yeah, he's a made up character, and it's not even the same Bill that it used to be. People are like, huh? Like, yeah. They get you to focus on an actor pretending to be Bill. They don't give a fuck what you think about the actor pretending to be Bill. You're going to focus all your hatred on that guy? You think that's going to stop their evil plan? No, that's part of their evil plan. Get you to focus on the dude who's not part of the evil plan. Right? I literally just laid it out for you. They want you to focus on the dude who's not actually part of the plan at all and who's not doing anything. They tell you that he's part of the plan and that he's doing something. That way you look at him and you go, it's the guy with the glasses. He's evil. And then YouTube can take down your video for hate speech. So you're saying Bill Gates isn't a bad guy? He's an actor, and it's not the same Bill that it used to be. It's not even the same Melinda. Linda, more like it. All right. Did I miss another super chat? I went back to look for some super chats that I missed. Oh, from you. Okay. He says, please sing BK Have It Your Way commercial. I've been asked to do this before. I don't know all of the words. I know like the chorus at BK Have It Your Way, but I don't know the like. I know I didn't learn it, bro. And I don't watch regular TV enough to have it in my head. So all I know is the at BK Have It Your Way part. And I don't think you want to hear me sing that. So I could like scat some lyrics and possibly make something up, but it's probably going to suck because I'm on the spot trying to make up songs to a Burger King song. OJ and Toothpaste wants me to sing a song, so I have to try not to do it wrong. Gonna sing a song about BK so I can make his day, and he will be satisfied with my stupid fucking song that I'm singing. See? There you go. Never ask me to do that again. Anyone. There's a lot of cool, funny things that I could do, but sing the Burger King song ain't one of them. Still got people who maybe missed the earlier part of my stream. Here's the thing about like HARP and stuff, bro. It's old. It's old. Look, bye-bye to the home of favorite internet conspiracy theory. So apparently they don't even like use the government doesn't use it, and they gave it to the University of Alaska. Conspiracy theories abound as U.S. military closes HARP. I think that this is old school stuff. And I think they have new stuff, possibly much closer to Florida, like out in the ocean. I think that they could take this stuff that we're looking at and they could put that underwater in, let's say, the Gulf of Mexico, out near Florida. And they could control the weather in different ways now without having to use this old school facility. So in my opinion, I think this is old and outdated in that they don't use it anymore. They probably have something 10 times more effective, maybe 100 times more effective than this. OJ says, I will ask you to do that again. Make a GTA Burger King song. Just do your own remix. Oh, now you're going to make me have to go listen to the Burger King song and then create my own. All right, I'll write it down that you want me to create a Burger King parody. All right, I wrote it down that OJ and toothpaste wants me to create a Burger King parody. We'll see if I do that or if I get high and forget it. We'll see. John, one of my wonderful mods, whose birthday it is today, and I already sang her a happy birthday. And she says, "Hi, Jake, could you please do your world famous beatboxing champion?" Oh, boy. You want me to break out the beatboxing joke? All right. I guess since it's your birthday. So this one starts like this. I am the world's greatest beatboxer that there ever was or ever will be. I'm so confident in this fact because I'm literally banned from every beatbox competition worldwide. Yeah, I'm not even allowed to enter a beatbox competition. It's because the competition is over before it begins. Because if I show up, they're like, "Oh, the world's greatest beatboxer is here. Competition's over. He automatically wins." So, yeah, after I destroyed everyone and I won back to back to back to back to back to back beatboxing championships, they were like, "Dude, you're too good. We're going to have to ban you from all beatboxing competitions worldwide because you are clearly the greatest beatboxer who ever lived. So please stop making everyone look so terrible with your amazing beatboxing skills." And so I had to retire from beatboxing because I was too great. This is a true story, by the way. It's not something I would make up. So every once in a while, every great once in a while, there's a special occasion where I decide to come out of retirement and I show off my beatboxing expertise. Would you guys like me to do some beatboxing for you tonight? I only do it every great once in a while, and it is quite a sight to be seen. If you want to see me do it, you're going to need to hit the thumbs up button right now. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll have proper motivation to blow your freaking mind with my beatboxing majestic majesty. You better hit the thumbs up button right now if you even want to see a hint of my ability. Better be smashing that thumbs up button by the hundreds, by the thousands, by the sextillions. All right. You guys ready? Now, I'm not playing around. When I start beatboxing, your mind's going to blow so hard, you're going to be stupefied. You're going to be literally flabbergasted by my beatboxing ability. And you will never be the same again. You will never be able to listen to another man beatbox ever again without going, "Oh, well, this guy sucks compared to Jake." Are you ready for that to happen? Right here, tonight, live? This is how the joke goes, you guys. I build this joke up the same way. Those of you who know the ending to this joke, you're already probably laughing. Those of you who don't know the ending to this joke, you're probably like, "Get to it! Shut up already and just do it." All right. I'm going to need you guys to quiet down. Quiet, everyone. I need you to be quiet. Yeah, you sitting at home. Shh, quiet. I need everyone quiet. Bobby Homer ham up a ding dong, hippin' on a sling song, flippin' on a fling flong, then hum on a hey, a him that's hands home by the run over a man, having no play. Bing. Boop. Huh? Huh? Pretty good, huh? Best you've ever seen? Times infinity? I know. Now you guys can see why I've been banned from all beatboxing competitions worldwide. Now you know why they won't let me join the competition. Because I'm too damn good. All right. There you go. That's how that joke goes. Phew. Yeah. Well, whenever I show up to a beatboxing competition, they're like, oh, you. Yeah, no, you're not allowed. You're too good. I'm like, yeah, I know. Best there ever was. Times infinity, bitch. And they're like, yes, you are. Bye. There you go, Jonna. And I made that one special and unique just for you. You know the thing about that joke? There's no way to do it the exact same way twice. I can tell that joke the same way tomorrow or the next night, whatever, but I won't be able to perform the same beatbox routine. Every time I do the beatbox, it's a different thing, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I just start doing it. So it's like one of those things. I just start making funny noises and try and keep it random and weird and funny at the same time. And so each time I do that, it's a whole new experience on my end. I always try and add in a part where I do the rush drum beat. So there's always one thing I do add in where I go that's like it's part of a Rush song. So any Rush fans out there might recognize that part where I add in a little bit of like Neil Peart Rush going on. But anyway, so when you have hack-ass losers like Owen Benjamin, who doesn't have a thimbleful of my comedic genius, and he's over there begging for scraps on land that he stole from his own audience with their money. Yeah, go over there and tell Owen Benjamin who the real comic is. Go let these wannabe comics know who the real Funny Bags is. All right. Take me down to the Muff Punt City where the returners are really freaking shitty. Oh, won't you please muff this punt? Yeah. Take me down to the Muff Punt City where the returners are really freaking shitty. Oh, won't you please muff this punt? Yeah. Oh, won't you muff? Oh, won't you muff? Oh, won't you please muff this punt? There you go. My Axl Rose. Little Muff Punt City. What happened to my synthesizer? We're talking about when I used to sing like with a microphone and stuff. I have a PA system and a mixer and a microphone and different vocal settings, but I don't set all that up to stream. I used to have all that shit set up and I used to sing like with a microphone and stuff, but I have all that stuff sitting off to the side. I could set it up again one day. There's a better way to do it. If I do it correctly, I can like have a instrument direct input where I can plug in my bass and microphone and stuff and have like quality sound that's run into the computer rather than like coming from over here from a speaker off to my side. So if I like pull my head out of my ass and go get my studio stuff all set up and learn how to do all that, I could totally put on way better performances than I am. You guys just got to hope that I get my head out of my ass and start doing stuff. Me too. I hope I do that. All right. All right, guys. All of a sudden, it hit me that I'm hungry. I'm like, man, now I'm hungry. And so I'm going to get off. I've been on here for 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's pretty good. So before I'm on here for too long, we had a fun stream. We talked about the hurricane. I made you guys laugh. I had fun. Hope you guys did. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up, do me a favor. Hook me up before you go. And I appreciate you guys hanging out here with me. I'll go back and watch the replay and read everyone's messages. So if I didn't read your message here live, I will go back and read all of them. So thank you guys for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will catch you guys in the next video or the next stream. Go watch my top 10. If you haven't watched my top 10 most rigged plays of the week, go watch it. Some of you guys are slacking. You haven't watched it yet. Go watch. Leave me a comment. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Take care. Peace out. Love y'all. Mwah.